Alrighty, welcome to another Old Crows video. Today I'm going to show you guys how to test a sending unit without removing it. Provided you have one like that. There's the sending unit, fuel sending unit. Right there. It would be really helpful for you if you watched my other video showing the complete wiring for it. That will help you understand how these things operate. I will do a future demonstration where I'll actually dissect one of the gauges and show you how it works inside. So therefore it will be really complete. But for now, I just went over and recall that there's a positive wire and essentially two negative wires. Where one of the positive wire going to the gauge comes directly from the battery, well, actually through the ignition switch, right? Because the gauge, it actually uses up electricity, right? So that's why it goes to the ignition switch. That way when you shut off the car, it shuts off the gauge as well. Otherwise your gauge would deplete your battery, right? But anyways, to check those two, you just remove the wires and touch them two together. And if there's sparks, that means you have electricity going through both of the wires. Now the other negative wire that I'm talking about is the sending unit wire, and it's just a negative wire, if you will, with a variable resistance. Right, but it's a negative wire nonetheless, and when the resistance is low, which happens when the tank is full and the float is at the top, there's no resistance, and it's just as negative as any other place on the car, any other place on the frame of the car, right? But anyway, so I tested those two wires, and now to test, so the only wire I have to test now is the sending unit wire. And like I said, since it's negative, we should be able to just do the spark test. So I attached, we're going to be a little bit of a MacGyver here. I attached some jumper cables to some jumper cables to the positive side of the battery. It's running through here, on this piece of metal here, and then onto this clamp here, alligator clips, and then onto this leftover piece of welding wire, right? Now this wire here, just a heads up that it's actually got a coating on it, which sometimes seems to not conduct very well, but at the very tip you won't be able to see it, kind of see it, where there's a little bit of metal actually melted. This went into the MIG wire, MIG welder, sorry. And so I'm just gonna test it. Don't touch this to the frame of the car, you'll ruin your chrome. We don't want that. Oh. And I'm just gonna touch it here, and you hopefully see that some sparks come out. Look at that. So I've proven that there's that the fuel tank is grounded. In other words, it's attached to the negative side of the car. You need that. This terminal here, which does that, see, it attaches there to the frame of the car, therefore the fuel tank, to make the fuel tank negative. Now the sending unit should also be negative, and as you can see, there's no sparks, which means for some reason it's isolated. In other words, it's not negative, if you can think of it that way, just not attached to the frame of the car, which it should be. Therefore, we've located our problem. The sending unit. It could be, well, I'll have to remove it and play around with it. Damn, this is brand new. But at least, you know, it's not the gauge. See, and there's sparks there. Sparks here. No sparks there. The sending unit. So there's our problem. Thanks for watching.